everybody? Welcome back to my channel. As you guys know, recently Mark and I had an opportunity to ride the KingSong S20 Eagle.
It was so much fun.
Yes, and a lot of you have been asking us, how was it? What do you think? What was it like to ride the S20? So I decided to make a video today where we share our thoughts on how it went. And while we have you here, if you end up enjoying this video, give it a like, share, and subscribe. And if you're a jealous loser, leave a mean comment below.
This shit crazy. Motherfuckers wanna find me.
The wheel is kind of a contradiction because the inside of it is built for off-roading and to really take a beating, but then the outside of it cannot withstand any stress, like whatsoever.
I went off-roading with it. I rode in the city with it, and I can tell you right now, I love it. But if you're gonna take it for off-roading, I would not advise you to if you just expect that you're gonna break it. Mm-hmm. You will break pieces of that if you're going off-roading and you drop it once or twice. Mm-hmm. I guarantee it, because the plastic is not made for off-roading. It's for show and tell. Mm-hmm. If you're buying it because it looks cool and you wanna go out into the city with it, that's fine too. And I would actually recommend that you do that. However, yeah, it's built for off-roading. So there's a little conundrum, you know what I mean? So I feel like if you're gonna purchase the S20, you gotta know why you're purchasing it. Because if you don't want it scratched up or any of the pieces falling off, like the lights, the flimsy little lights, or the or the little wings it got, I would advise, or the plastic front piece, I would not buy it for off-roading if that's your intention.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the first thing that comes to mind. And when we came home, that's all we could talk about is the fact that if this wheel gets dropped, there's going to be so much damage to the outside of it. The lights, the bumper, there's so many parts that will just fall off. And as a matter of fact, there was a guy who was doing a very simple turn with it, and the wheel laid down, and then there was a huge chunk, a crack in the bumper gone. And it's visibly this kind of flimsy plastic situation going on there. So it's one of those wheels that if you're going to buy it, you should have also another wheel that you use it to just slap around off-road and carelessly ride it and do whatever you want.
Pretty much it's a monster truck made out of glass. So
yeah.
It's built for off-roading, it's built to take a beating, but the exterior is pretty soft.
Yeah.
And it's overdone. It's I would not that's a show and tell vehicle.
I mean, because here's the thing, even if you're a pro and you're so good at riding, it doesn't matter, because the guy who dropped it a few days ago, he was a pro.
And he wasn't doing anything.
He wasn't doing anything. He barely dropped it. It barely laid down, and that thing just cracked. So it's it doesn't matter if you're a pro, how good you are. This wheel will break if you drop it, let alone if it rolls and does somersaults.
You can throw a pillow at it, it's gonna break.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding, but yeah.
And I don't want this to sound we hate the S20 and we're just talking shit on it, because there are pros too. Obviously it's the most beautiful wheel that's ever been designed. I mean, let's face it, it's absolutely gorgeous. It's just basically what you're gonna have to do is, if you wanna buy this wheel, either you never go off-roading and you just take really good care of it, or you have a second wheel that then you can use to really slap it around off-road and just ride carefree, knowing that if you roll that wheel, it'll be fine. But the S20, keep that somewhere safe and only take it out for occasions where you're going to take it easy on the wheel, basically.
I tell people the S20 is like an attention whore. Anywhere you go, it's gonna hold court straight up. Everywhere you go, people are gonna wonder, well, what are you driving? Where did you get it? How'd you buy it? The same EUC routine every person who doesn't own an EUC tells you. You know what I mean? Where'd you buy it? How fast does it go? Oh my God, it looks so good. Now, times 1,000 with the S20, because everybody will stop you. But it's a complete showstopper. That's why I say you shouldn't go off-roading with it. If you want to maintain its looks, the looks are going to fade once you go off-roading with it. Once you get it dirty, once you crash it once or twice, it's over. I'm trying to tell you guys that S20 will break, and it's a good wheel. I personally love it. I drove it off-roading, and every rock that I hit, it took it. It took it like a pro. I rode on the street in Las Vegas with it. It was good, good street tire, and I feel like the S20 is just, I feel like for that body kit, it needs to be on a different type of built vehicle. You know what I mean? A different type of EUC.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be on like an off-roading vehicle.
Yeah.
Like you said, it's a contradiction.
It's a contradiction. Now, how does it feel to actually ride it? Well, I will say this. As you can see from this clip right here, the first time I got on the wheel, I was pretty wobbly. And I will say, I'm a pretty decent rider. When I try out a new wheel, there might be a little bit of wobbliness. But overall, I do pretty good when I try out a new wheel. Now, when I tried out the KingSong S20, that was the wobbliest I've ever been on a wheel. I was not expecting it to be so top heavy, and the top heaviness of it really made it feel like it constantly wanted to tip to one side, and it made me feel almost like I couldn't control the wheel. Now, of course, if you widen your stance and you really check your posture, it becomes easier. As you can see, it did get a little easier for me to ride it once I kind of got used to it. So if you're brand new to the 20 and you're about to step on it, just keep in mind that it's gonna feel very weird. It's also really tall, so like if you're a short girl like me, being that far up kind of throws you off a little bit. Now, of course, you can get used to it, so it's not that big of a deal.
I'm not gonna lie, I love how KingSong is actually taking its time to build this thing. Because unlike other companies out here where they're just throwing wheels out every Tuesday, it's like KingSong, they're like taking their time with this wheel, and I appreciate that. And I like the fact that the S20 is really being cared for and making sure that it's a safe wheel. I like that about the company, and I like that they're doing that. However, just like I keep telling you, just be careful of just going off-roading with it, because all that time and energy will go down the drain.
Yeah.
Pros and cons that I like about it. I'll tell you the cons. Number one, I don't like how the lights are built. The lights look good, but the way they rotate, they will snap off somehow by some means at some point.
It makes me nervous.
Yeah, I don't like the way the lights look. Number two, I don't like the pads. Unpopular opinion, I don't like the pads. I don't even feel like I'm in the right to talk about pads because of the way my legs are built.
But the bruise on your knee speaks for itself.
Yeah, I got a bruise underneath my kneecap from that, and every time I got on the S20, it kind of pained me to turn. Because every time I turn, it would hit my bruise, you know. It's okay, it's cool. I dealt with it. If you really like the S20, if you really enjoy like looking at it, the bruise won't even matter.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? You'll get used to it. The bruise is nothing. The wheel looks so good, I could kind of get past the pain. So I'm not tripping about the bruise at all. But I don't like the power pads. The brakes are nice. I don't like how the plastic can be made out of different type of plastics. Like the Commander, I like the Commander's plastic.
Yeah.
But the S20's plastic, I just don't like how it just feels like a toy.
Yeah.
Number two, I mean, this is just my personal opinion. I don't like the red. You know what I mean? Get black, get silver.
Yeah.
Even white, sure, but it doesn't match my color scheme because I like to use the yin yang colors. But yeah, change the red color.
Yeah, I feel like at this point I've heard so many people say that they don't like the red that I feel like it's important for KingSong as a company to provide an alternative, which would be like black or maybe like gray and black or something. Just because a lot of people aren't ready to be that flamboyant, even though the wheel is absolutely beautiful, it's gorgeous, it's eye candy.
It is flamboyant.
Not everybody is ready to be like at that level, and it would still look hella sick if it was like gray and black. It would still look off the chain.
Agreed.
So like definitely include like a black or gray version of it.
The screen looks nice.
Yeah, the screen I did like that a lot. I like the screen.
I took the KingSong to I think 41 miles per hour. It was stable, it was quick. Another con about it is it is top heavy.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting that when I first saw it. And the pros, it's smooth, it's a S20 on torque.
It's like an S18 with torque, kind of.
What'd I say? Oh, an S20.
Yeah.
It's an S18 on torque.
Yeah.
So I own an S18, so
Yeah.
I can tell you just by how I ride my S18. It literally is a little bit more powerful than my S18, but if I were to just put some torque into it, then you have the S20.
Now, if you watched a lot of videos about the 20, you probably know by now that it is chunkier than people might expect it. I didn't expect it to be as like wide. It's tall,
taller.
but it's also
Yeah, it's
wide.
a lot taller too.
And it is kind of like square at the top versus being like tapered. Like the 18 has this nice like curve and going inwards, which helps protect your legs from getting bruises and just being uncomfortable. The 20 is kind of square, so that is something to keep in mind. That's probably why he's also getting the bruises on his knees. For me, I definitely noticed the squareness of it, and it felt kind of weird riding it. But again, like I said, if you ride this wheel for months, you probably won't have any complaints because you'll just be used to that wheel. But as a first-time rider of the S20, I was like thrown off by a lot of things. There was the chunkiness, the top heaviness, the squaredness, how high it is, and yes, of course, you can adjust the foot pedals and blah blah blah. But like for me, when I was riding this wheel, like Yuko, which is a company here in Vegas that sells EUCs, they were kind enough to let us ride this S20. We didn't even know that we were going to have the opportunity to do this. So there's no way that I'm going to sit there and adjust somebody else's pads or adjust somebody else's foot pedal position. Like, I'm not going to do that. It's not my wheel. I personally am not going to hit 40 on a wheel that I did not pay for, that isn't mine. You know what I mean? I'm not going to risk somebody else's wheel. So that's why I didn't hit 40, and that's why we didn't go in and change the pad position, change the foot pedals, change blah, blah, blah. Like, I know a lot of people comment like, oh, just change this, but it's not our wheel. This is a wheel that is now traveling from one company to another as a demo. I'm not going to change anything on it. Just wanted to make that clear.
Yeah, Yuko just wanted me to do a photo shoot with it. So I was really taking care of the wheel. I didn't want to really push it to its boundaries. Even though I did go 41 miles per hour, I still felt like it could go faster. Thank you, Yuko, by the way, for allowing us to. Thank you so much.
Awesome.
I love you guys. Thank you for letting us ride the wheel and borrow it and take nice photos with it.
Yeah.
You guys are awesome. I'm very grateful for you guys, and I really took care of your machine. Even though I did almost fall, I still caught it with my life.
Yeah.
I made sure I caught it right before it fell.
Yeah.
And I saved it.
I can already foresee people asking if they can come in and try the S20, so I just want to let you guys know real quick that the 20 has now been shipped to LA, so it's not here in Vegas for now. We might get it back again sometime in the near future, but right now it is not in Vegas.
Would I recommend that as your first wheel? Nope. No.
Hell no.
No. Now, if you are just an experienced, if you're a semi-experienced rider and you want to just look good in your city and you feel like you can take care of that, sure, use that.
Yeah.
Take care of it like it's a Ferrari. You know what I mean? Don't take care of it like it's a dirt bike.
Yeah.
Even though it's built to be a dirt bike, but it looks so good. You wouldn't want to you wouldn't even want to destroy it.
Yeah,
You wouldn't want to get it dirty. I'd take care of it. and I feel like all these off-roading videos that I see on YouTube with the KingSong going off-roading, it hurts because I know they're getting it dirty. You know what I mean? If I had it, I would just keep it as like a show and tell thing. You take that out every once a week. Know your why as to why you're buying it, and don't cry about it getting broken if you are taking it off-roading, because I'm warning you right now, it will get broken. It's delicate. At least the production model that we rode was delicate.
Yeah.
They might, KingSong might see this video and they might actually actually edit the new one. Once KingSong receives back the demo, after it's all broken up, I believe they're gonna make the necessary changes that they need to make for it to be an optimum EUC.
Yeah.
Maybe make the plastic stronger. Maybe on their next wheel, they might not make they might make a show and tell wheel. Who knows? I don't know who would buy that. Maybe the guy like me would.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I like off-roading, but I'm not an off-roader. I don't consider myself like a die-hard off-roader, but I've done it before and I liked it. I enjoyed it. So I can only speak from like my own preference, my own bias, and like from what I've experienced and seen. So as far as an off-roading vehicle, the S20 is good. It will brake. As for a show vehicle, it will definitely hold court. You'll make a lot of new friends that day wherever you take it. The S20 is your wingman, pretty much.
What do you think of the trolley handle?
I don't.
That's the reaction. Yeah, the trolley handle is. I mean, I'm okay with it. I'm a short girl, so it's easy for me to reach it. So I don't really have any complaints. But he thinks it's too short.
It's too short. It's trash. I don't like the trolley handle. I don't care. Like KingSong, increase that trolley handle. Like, come on, that was pathetic. Like when I was at UCO and I finally did that, I couldn't believe how short it was.
Further down, because that's where it's at.
Yeah, you know what I mean. I have to babysit. I have to walk.
I feel like people in Japan are just shorter in general, so they didn't know. They didn't know that there's tall ass niggas.
Well, everybody in Japan get taller. The lights are good, but I don't like how they
Yeah.
I do like it, but it's not strong. I can feel it.
I feel like if they would have just embedded the lights inside of the wheel, because they're hanging off of the wheel, right? And then they tilt like this. But what if they had been embedded inside of the wheel and then they tilt with inside of the wheel? I feel like that would protect them from then, if it rolls, they're inside of a casing so they wouldn't be damaged, because the lights are actually really good.
They're good lights.
Just the positioning.
It's just I don't like how they will fall off. You go off-roading, you have no lights.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Performance is good. You'll love it. I enjoyed the way it rode. I love it. The pros are better than the cons, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So I would recommend it. I'd give it a solid 8.
8 out of 10.
Low 7, 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10. I would also give it a 7, just because of the fact that the outside doesn't match the inside.
Mm-hmm. Build a different wheel for that type of body kit.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And build that type of build that type of wheel for another type. Make it a Begode brick type wheel. Let it take a hit. It rides good. It can take a hit. But the exteriorness of it will be completely demolished. Mm-hmm. Unless KingSong does something that's totally different and innovative.
Yeah.
Uses some type of special plastic from Mars that nobody can break, then yeah.
Just, a plastic that is maybe mixed with rubber, the way it's fabricated, it has a certain % rubber to where it's maybe a little flexible. It can take a little beating. That would help the situation a lot.
Yeah, overall, I'm impressed with it.
I feel like all of the cons can be either mitigated or fixed. As far as riding it, the more you ride it, the more you get used to it. So any complaints about top heaviness would immediately go away with just getting used to it. And as far as the body, that's something that, should probably either be fixed, modified, or you should, if you buy this wheel, treat it like a Lamborghini that you take care of and you don't just slap it around.
You'll get used to it. You'll definitely 100% get used to it. I spent quality time with it. I'll give you my height and my weight. I weigh about 160, 155, and I'm 6'2". And I feel like for my body weight and my size, it was good. It was a good wheel. I had fun with it. Would I buy it? Yes, I would. And I say this because I live in the city. So I'm not going to go off-roading with it. I will just buy it just for show and tell. Just a cool little wheel.
You have a gorgeous horse on your hands.
Mm-hmm. I'd get it at a paint job. I'd paint it black, white, or gray or something like that.
Yeah.
But I'd buy it just because I'm in the city.
Yeah.
And I live in the heart of Vegas, and that would be the perfect Vegas wheel for me to just commute to my daily commutes. Mm-hmm. But as of right now, I'm Team Commander all day.
Yeah.
High torque.
Since we're on the topic of Commander, I personally, since now I've ridden both, I personally prefer to ride the Commander over the S20.
Yeah, I like the Commander better. The Commander just hits different.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the Commander.
Mark's Commander has many nicknames now. Chappie is one.
Mustang.
The Mustang and the Black Stallion. Mm-hmm. It's freaking awesome. We love it.
I'm going to paint it black too.
Don't get mad. I personally prefer riding my 18 over the 20 for now, just because it was so top heavy and it was just It was off-putting in the beginning, and I'm just so comfortable on my 18. Like, this is where my heart lies, so that's how I feel about it. But it's a great wheel though. So this has been our review of the S20. Let us know in the comments if you prefer the Commander over the S20, or what wheel you have and why you think it's better than the S20.
Thank you, Yuko, for this opportunity for us to try the S20. We're very grateful for it. I love you guys. I love everybody who works there. And I thank you for watching it this far into the video.
Yes. And catch you guys on the flippity flop.
Motherfuckers wanna find me. This shit crazy.
Quality time with the top. That.